So today in my English class, we were discussing the possible censorship of Mark Twain's Huckleberry Finn, where they might replace the word nigger and other such racial slurs with the word slave. When we were talking about this, someone in my class brought up a very interesting point that in changing these slurs, it's not just making the book more appropriate for younger audiences, it's changing the way history happened. The time Huckleberry Finn took place in was not an equal time. African Americans were slaves, they were called names, treated poorly, most people didn't give a second thought to it. Changing those things, simply replacing a word, isn't just making it more appropriate for younger audiences, it's padding down history. But history is not meant to be padded down. History is not meant to be altered so that it's more clean for young viewers. History is facts. History is what happened. You can't just change it on your whim. And it really got me thinking about this movie we watched in my tech theater class at the beginning of the year. It was set in the Civil War, and the protagonist was a Southern gentleman. All throughout the movie, the main goal of this Southern gentleman was to join the Confederate Army and stop the Union Army from stealing some trains. All my life when I've thought about the Civil War, I've thought about bad Confederacy, good Union. But when I was watching this movie, the only thing I could think was, I hope that he stops those Union soldiers and gets into the Confederacy Army. Now, in no way does that mean that I support the Confederacy in the Civil War now. I just thought it was interesting that, because my view of it changed, I found myself rooting for someone I would have never backed otherwise. In some way, I feel like we do that to our own history. We look at the horrible things that happened to Native Americans and African Americans and immigrants all throughout our history, and we say, how awful. But that wasn't really us doing it. And if you really think about it, when has the United States ever been represented badly in the history we learned as kids? In everything we did, every war we fought, we were the good guys, they were the bad guys. And it scares me a little, because we're not supposed to be able to tweak history. It's supposed to be impartial, it's supposed to be set facts. This is what happened, not how we feel about it. We shouldn't skim over facts or people because we didn't want them there or we didn't quite like their opinion, because it's part of what happened. We can't just decide history, otherwise there's really no point to it, is there? It just worries me to be in an educational system where in 20 or 50 years history could be completely different, not because the events changed, but because our opinions on the events changed. I'll see you soon.